Dear children, welcome to today's session. In the previous class, we have discussed about ionization energy and the factors influencing ionization energy. So what is ionization energy? The energy required to remove an electron from the outermost shell of a neutral atom is known as ionization energy. So when we are removing the first electron from an atom, we call that energy as first ionization energy. Now after removing an electron from an atom, if we would like to remove the second electron from the atom, again we need to apply energy which is known as second ionization energy. So here at first when we apply energy to a neutral atom, so what is happening? One electron gets removed, so this particular atom becomes a unipositive ion. Okay, so one electron is out. We have removed one electron. So to this unipositive ion, when you apply second ionization energy, you can remove one more electron. So the second electron is removed here. So this becomes dipositive ion, M+2. So what does it indicate? This particular atom is having 2 electrons less than protons. That's what it indicates. And always second ionization energy is more than first ionization energy. And to remove the third electron, if you want to remove the third electron, we call it as third ionization energy, which will be even higher. So at first, after removing an electron, the nuclear charge increases. Therefore, it becomes difficult to remove electron, and we need to apply more energy to remove a second electron or third electron from a atom. Therefore, the second and third ionization energies are more. So, I will give you some examples here. You can look at it. See, hydrogen has only one electron. Suppose if we want to remove this electron from hydrogen, this is the ionization energy to be supplied to the atom, 1312.1. So there is no second and third electrons because hydrogen has only one electron. So there is no question of second and third ionization energy in case of hydrogen. Now coming to helium. Now the first ionization energy is 2372.3 and the second ionization energy is, you can see how much more it is, 5220. So kilojoules per mole. This is the units for the ionization energy or kilojoules per mole. Now coming to the lithium. First ionization energy is 5202. Second ionization energy is 7300 and third ionization energy is 11750. So what is happening? The ionization energy is increasing. To remove, if you want to remove second, third and fourth electrons, you need to supply more energy. And how does this property vary in a period and a group? And we have already discussed about the factors in the last class which influence ionization energy, like nuclear charge, shielding effect or screening effect, stable configuration, penetration power of orbitals and even the atomic size. So what happens to ionization energy in a group and in a period? Let us look at how it varies. Okay. Now these are some group elements. We have taken S and P block elements, 1A, 2A, 3A till 8A group we have taken. 1 and 2A belong to S block, 3 to 8A groups belong to P block. Now what is happening to the ionization energy in a group and in a period? Let us look at it here. Now in case of group, when you look at the group, what is happening in a group? The atomic size is increasing. So when the size increases, the electrons in the valence shell are far from the nucleus. Therefore, the nuclear charge decreases when the size increases, and it is easy to remove the electron from an atom. Therefore, the ionization energy decreases down the group as the size increases, as the nuclear charge decreases, right? Now coming to a period, what happens to the ionization energy in a period as you move from left to right? Can you notice some examples? I have taken few periods here. First period has only hydrogen, helium. Second period lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, neon. And third period, sodium, magnesium, aluminium, silicon, phosphorus, sulfur, chlorine and argon. So what is happening to the ionization energy when we move from left to the right in a period? Can you look at the ionization energy values here? If you notice what is happening to it, it is increasing. So here it is 520. When you move from left to the right, what is happening? The ionization energy is increasing. And if you observe, there are some exceptions here. See, now what is happening when we are moving from left to the right? Ionization energy is increasing. So in that case, boron must have more ionization energy when compared to beryllium. But if you notice here, the beryllium's ionization energy is more than boron, 899.5, whereas for boron it is only 800. Why so? Why the ionization energy of boron is less than beryllium? It is because of the penetration power of the subshells or orbitals. Penetration power. Now look at beryllium's configuration and boron's configuration. So what is the atomic number of beryllium? 4. So 1s2, 2s2. Coming to boron, it is 5. 1s2, 2s2, 2p1. So here the penetrating power of S subshell is greater than P. The piercing, it can pierce better. So it is difficult to remove the electron from S when compared to P. So that is the reason why the ionization energy of beryllium is greater than boron. Now you can even notice, compare the ionization energies of nitrogen and oxygen or phosphorus and sulfur here. Can you notice? Actually oxygen's ionization energy must be more than nitrogen, but it is not so. Here in case of nitrogen, it is having more ionization energy than oxygen. So 1402.3 is the ionization energy of nitrogen, whereas oxygen's it is only 1313.9. What is the reason here why the ionization energy of nitrogen is greater than oxygen? It is because of its stable configuration. So let us look at the configuration of nitrogen and oxygen. Nitrogen's configuration is 1s2, 2s2 and 2p3 because its atomic number is 7. Coming to oxygen, 1s2, 2s2, 2p4. So here p orbital of nitrogen is having exactly 3 electrons. So either half filled orbital or completely filled orbital, it gives stability to the atom. So you need to apply more energy to remove the electrons from half filled orbitals or completely filled orbitals. So the capacity of P is 6. So here how many are there? 3, exactly half. So remember students, either if the orbital is half filled or completely filled, that gives stability to the atom and you need to apply more energy to remove the electron. So this, because of the stable configuration, the ionization energy of nitrogen is greater than oxygen. But in general, what is happening to ionization energy? As we move from left to the right, ionization energy increases. Now what is the electron affinity? Electron affinity is the energy liberated from an atom when we add electron. So it is just exactly somewhat opposite to ionization energy. So ionization energy is the energy required to remove an electron from an atom, whereas here electron affinity is the energy it is liberated when we add an electron to the atom. This is also known as electron gain enthalpy. So the factors which are influencing ionization energy, the The same factors even influence electron affinity. Even this is calculated, the units for this affinity, electron affinity is also kilojoules per mole. Now, what happens to the electron affinity in a period and a group? So, just like ionization energy, the electron affinity decreases down the group and it increases from left to the right. Left to the right. Now for example, when we add an electron to a neutral atom, it becomes a negative ion and energy is liberated. So this is again, you can call it as first electron affinity. Then to this uni-negative ion, when we add one more electron, it becomes -2 and again energy is liberated. Now sometimes when we add second electron or third electron to the uni-positive, uni-negative ions or di-negative ions, energy may not be liberated. It is because this energy is utilized for the bond formation. And in some cases, energy is not liberated, instead it is used. Why? Because all atoms do not attract electrons. For example, 1A group, or you take a 2A group. So they do not take in electrons, they are not ready to attract electrons. So why so, you will understand better in the next unit, chemical bonding. So here you can even find positive values in case of second A group. So whereas in the other groups, like in the p block elements, you can see the liberation of energy when we add electrons. Thank you.